Hey there. So some time ago, I posted a movement hack for the feet, a video that showed how I get just some toe stretches and foot massage and throughout the day. Um, this video I'm going to consider like movement hack for the foot 2.0. So if you have not done anything like this before, then you would want to refer back to that other video where I showed some like what Dr. Spina calls prerequisites for the foot before you go into things that I'm going to show you today if you want to go into them. So my feet love to be barefoot. I happen to be able to be barefoot a lot because I'm a yoga and Pilates instructor, so I walk around barefoot all day, but I don't always get to walk on different surfaces other than flat. That's just how we live. We just have all these like flat surfaces, and my feet really crave wrapping around things and just negotiating different surfaces. So anytime I'm in nature and there's rocks or sand or anything that my feet can handle, I whip my shoes off and just walk around barefoot. I particularly love rocks because I love the feeling of my feet wrapping around rocks. It's like a natural massage for my foot. It feels fantastic. It wouldn't feel fantastic if I didn't do some other work with my feet and if my feet weren't used to this. So again, foot movement stuff 2.0, something to work up to if it looks delightful for you. So I have created a little playground in my backyard. I'm working on getting even more stuff in my background, but one of the things I really wanted was to have rocks of my own to walk on rather than having to go out and just wait till the next time I'm out in nature to walk on them. So I've collected some big rocks and put them in my backyard. See my little row of rocks that I'm going to show you what I do on them today. But I just find, I don't know, a couple times a week, whenever I have the time, really. Sometimes I have more time, sometimes less time, but if I just have a spare moment, I'll pop out in the backyard and do some of my playing on these rocks and in the grass and stuff. So what I usually do if I come out in the backyard is I'll just walk through the grass first, just step on the grass, just let my feet get connected to the earth, onto a different surface. And then I start in the grass, walk around in there, and then I have these big river rocks over on the other end that aren't as big as the big rocks that I have. They're kind of tennis ball-ish size. So if you saw the other video that I did where I showed you some massage using the tennis ball, that replaces them. It's harder, so it feels a little more intense, but I'll just pause over there. There's three rocks, or three pairs of rocks sitting side by side, kind of hip width apart, and I'll just stop over there and just kind of massage my feet over the rocks, and then I will walk on my row here that I'm going to show you. Now my feet are still working on having like good functional movement, so you'll see my feet are like a little bit wobbly. They're still trying to figure out how to do this, especially I haven't really done this in a couple weeks, so I finally have a nice day, one of our last days in Phoenix, to come out and walk without dripping in sweat, so I'm taking advantage of that. So I'll show you what I do. So I have rocks with a bunch of different angles. This one here has, you can see, kind of more of a pointed top to it. And there's one on the other side, or on the other end of the row, that has that as well. So I'll pause here and get like a little calf stretch. So my foot, you can see this foot here is in what's called a dorsiflexion. Actually, both feet are in dorsiflexion. So this is a plantar flexion, this is dorsiflexion. So it's just a nice way to get that angle of the foot, the foot and ankle, that doesn't get to see very often throughout our days because we're walking on our flat surfaces. So I'll go down my row, and I have another rock, like I said, that I'll do the other foot as I go to the other side. Here's my other rock, other foot. And so here's my river rocks. So just do a little massage there. Just kind of step around. And I'll maybe play on one rock and kind of try to work my way around on the rock and just let my feet kind of negotiate the surface there. And I really just let my feet kind of hug the rock and find like a good connection to the rock at whatever angle that is. So see, my feet have to be at just different angles on everything, every different like surface that I'm stepping on. Like it has to just kind of play and find all the angles that it could possibly have to manage here. So I will also do some squats. I'll just kind of pause on some rocks over here and do some squats. I'll show you that. Toes pointed straight. And I just sit the hips way back. Try to get the feet really hugging the rock. So there you go. There is some of my play. That's we don't play a lot anymore. When you were a kid, you just did this, right? You went out in the backyard barefoot. Your mom, dad probably had to tell you to put your shoes on, but you didn't need shoes. Your feet were fine without it. So I'm telling you, it's okay to take your shoes off and go walk. Obviously, if it's safe and if your feet are okay doing so. This isn't anything to rush. Like if you haven't done this before, do some prerequisites for the feet, and I'll link you back to that other video. Like I said, if you are interested, if this inspired you, if your feet are saying, yes, I would love to do that, then take your first steps to doing so. So let me know if you have any questions and have fun. Go play.